pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see
by the dawn's early night what so proudly revealed are the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars
through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming,
and the rocket's red glare, the balls bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Go Panthers!
Hello everyone. As most of you know, I'm Alicia Beebe, who has proudly served you as your Vice President for these last 4 years. I want to start off by congratulating every single one of you. These 12 years of schooling have not been easy. There have been many ups and downs, good memories and bad. But hey, we all made it. Who would have known time would fly this fast? I remember being a tiny freshman, and yes, I was even shorter freshman year, on the soccer team and all the seniors telling me how time would go by. But yes, indeed, our time at Marlborough High went by so quickly. We have all tried to make some of the best memories within these last 4 years, but I think we can all agree this has not been a typical year for us. Triple E took away our falls with no night games, and COVID gave us no chance of having a normal end to a senior year. This just proves how resilient the class of 2020 is. No matter the circumstances, 2020 is our year, one we have been looking forward to our whole lives of schooling. The one where we finally break free into this place called the real world. But this is such a scary thing to do, especially now for this generation. New normals have been set that not even our parents understand. So many grown-ups have come up to me and have discussed their deep sorrows for our class, with no having prom, graduation, and dealing with circumstances we shouldn't have to deal with. To be honest, it's just a new normal for our generation. We went into this world during 9/11 and are going into the real world that is really hectic right now. Protests in the street, a divided government, and many foreign crises. Sorry for getting a little political. I am a political science major, I can't help it. But here's the good to everything. We are the change. By us graduating and moving on into this world, we all have the power and drive to change into something prosperous. Sitting before me, my fellow classmates, I'm looking at future doctors, engineers, nurses, teachers, and any other career path you can imagine. People who will fight for this country and just enter the workforce. Yes, everyone who is saying the class of 2020 is a special one is indeed correct. But I, along with my fellow classmates, can agree. Our struggles have made us strong to the point where we have been able to create positivity through these challenging times. We see light in probably some of the worst situations that other people could just not fathom. And that is why I am proud to call myself and all of you 2020 graduates. No matter what life will throw at us in the end, we will conquer it and come out stronger than ever. Congratulations to the class of 2020 and enjoy the rest of the ceremony.
Good afternoon, Marlborough class of 2020. I would usually open to applause senior teachers who got to know so many of you over the years, hoping they make a positive difference in your life. Your family and friends in the bleachers, all trying to make eye contact with you, so proud to share in your accomplishment. And most importantly, looking at all of you, some listening to my remarks, or hopefully at least some of them, and others of you waiting to get your diploma so you can move to a get-together with family and friends. But this year is different. Let's face it, class of 2020, you got ripped off. All that have graduated before you know how many memories and rites of passage have been stolen from your graduating class across the country due to the onset of COVID-19 pandemic. We are all trying to show there are people who care about you and do not want to let you begin your new chapter in lives without receiving some of the same sense of satisfaction and accomplishment that every class before you was afforded. Today's memories are not what you deserve, but they represent the best efforts to provide each of you time to stand before your family as proud 2020 graduates of Marlboro High School. This, for many of you, has been a biggest challenge. I promise you there will be many more. Use this as an opportunity to mature and grow stronger. Some challenges in your life you choose to take on. Others, like this virus, are thrown at you. I believe the class of 2020 finds itself in the craziest of times our country has experienced since September 11th, 2001, the year that some of you were born. So, class of 2020, what will you do? How will you respond to these times? The next 4 decades belong to you, not to me or any other currently elected politicians. If I can share any advice about what I have learned in my many years, it is the following. Know the issues and research your information. Misinformation is everywhere. Compromise is not a bad thing in life or in politics. Our country was founded on the principles of compromise and working together for the greater good. Never confuse compromise with selling out your values or morals. Hold on to those dearly. They are what define you and make you the person you are. Finally, my last piece of advice is by far the most important. It is something told to you by parents, grandparents, coaches, and teachers. Respect one another. All differences, opinions, appearances, and political views. There will always be things in life that distract you from the good in the world. Find the positive in those distractions and learn and grow from them. I'll conclude my remarks by telling you the same thing I've told each class before you. No matter where life takes you or what you achieve, you have made the city of Marlboro a better place and left your mark here in ways you may not be able to appreciate until many years from now. Marlboro is and will always be a home. This community is the foundation from which you will build your life and the place that will always welcome you back. Wherever life takes you, I wish each and every one of you continued success and happiness. Congratulations to the class of 2020.
To the class of 2020, thank you for giving me an opportunity to address you today. As you are fully aware, your class of 2020 is like no other. Your transition to adulthood is processed at warp speed, and the health and resulting economic crisis this spring has made it even faster. My address to you today will ask you to consider these new adult responsibilities, especially in the light of the current events. Difficult choices lie ahead for you, your friends, and your family. You'll be asked to do more, be more, and be ready for what is next. In all of this, in such times of turmoil, your voice is needed. I have one final assignment, one last request of your educational career at the Marlboro Public Schools. I urge every member of this class to register to vote as soon as possible. Your voice will be heard with your vote. An expression of freedom also comes with the responsibility to use it. A few times in my life, I chose not to vote, and I regret that. I made excuses about not having enough time, or that I was too busy to understand the issues on the ballot. As superintendent of schools, I may be asked to leave you with a bit of wisdom, and I can give you my experience, so that hopefully you don't make the same mistake I made. Vote. It is truly your expression of what you value and what you believe in. If you're frustrated by how people are treated, vote. If you see systematic racism and want to change it, vote. Let your voice carry and use your voice for good. I'll be proud to watch you walk across the stage the transition from teenager to adult. You and your family will rejoice this accomplishment, but I can understand if some of you are left wanting for more. This has been a difficult year for seniors. There are experiences we can't replace or duplicate. You will have this shared experience with your classmates, one that no one wanted. It will make the next celebration that much sweeter, that much more meaningful. You've been a resilient group, and I'm proud of you for making it here today. Good luck to the graduates, and thank you to all the family members who helped them achieve this milestone. Everyone continues to ask me, what comes next? I expect your voices to answer that question. Thank you.
Class of 2020, I am beyond proud of every one of you. This has been a year that no generation will ever forget. But before we touch on that, we have many key people to thank for making this weekend's graduation ceremony possible. Thank you, Chief Georgie, Detective Torrio, and all the members of the MPD that stepped up to support this big weekend for the class of 2020. Thank you, Mr. O'Coin, Mr. White, Mr. Galoni. Without you and your teams, we would not have this newly constructed venue ready to go. You have dropped everything to help make this weekend possible for the class of 2020, and we will never forget it. Thank you, Miss Brandt, Miss Delano, Miss Ray, Miss Russell, Miss Campbell, Miss Fallon, Miss Bloomquist, Miss Martinelli, Miss Sawyer, and Miss Evangelis. Getting us ready for this weekend ceremony truly took a village. All of you have given countless hours to organize lawn signs, hand out caps and gowns, prepare diplomas, recheck the details, and volunteer for this weekend. Thank you all so much for being there when the class of 2020 needed you most. Thank you, Miss Morin. You've captured every positive moment of this experience along the way. The memories you've shared will stay with the class of 2020 for the rest of their lives. Thank you to our senior advisors, Ms. Schomp and Mr. St. George. Leading our seniors through this difficult year has been nothing short of heroic on your part. I'm sure many of them will look back and always remember the kindness and dedication you gave when they needed it most. Thank you to our administrative team, Mr. Bishop, Mr. Travers, Mr. Padilla, Mr. Rudzinski, Miss Avantian, and Miss Stutters. Your leadership helped shape the vision of this weekend ceremony. You are some of the most dedicated professionals I've ever worked with. Your willingness to support the class of 2020 has known no limit throughout all of this. Thank you, Superintendent Bergeron, the central office team, Mayor Vigent, and members of our school committee. Your leadership and support made this weekend ceremony possible. When COVID-19 disrupted the flow of our face-to-face model of instruction, it was the resources you provided that helped the class of 2020 continue with their student experience at MHS. Thank you for always being the rock of our school district. I want to point out that Mrs. Murphy and Mr. Daniels will be attending this weekend ceremony. I think it is truly wonderful and amazing to have two more of your principals with us for this event. It shows how much they care about every member of this class. Perhaps most importantly, I want to take a moment to thank all your families and the wonderful staff at MHS. While we may not have been together physically these past few months, COVID-19 has made us all closer than ever before. From a distance, we supported each other, shared in each other's trials, and accomplished tremendous things in a virtual learning environment. This was a team effort every step of the way, and we were all in it together. I am blessed to lead such an amazing team, and I am blessed to serve such a wonderful community of beautiful families. These are such difficult and trying times in human history, times that challenge us both as individuals and communities. Always remember, we don't get to choose when we live. we only get to choose how we live. And so, I ask you, members of the class of 2020, what have you discovered about yourselves that will help make this world a better place? I ask because at this very moment in time, I believe that this world needs your love and support more than ever before. Will you continue to care for those who are most vulnerable, like you did throughout your years at MHS with food and clothing drives, Relay for Life, volunteer hours, and unified sports? Our world is in desperate need of compassion, compassion that reaches deep down into the soul and lifts the human spirit. I hope you decide to be the ones to share it. Will you continue to learn and discover new things? Your achievements as students speaks for itself. Build upon this, and don't stop learning about each other and the world around us. Recently, an invisible enemy has brought to light the delicate balance our health hangs in. A world too comfortable with the status quo can quickly find itself unprepared. I hope you decide to lead the innovation and success of our future. Will you continue to be courageous and brave? Recently, you have been confronted by some of the most difficult times in this nation's history. Look at this as an opportunity. As the philosopher Seneca describes it, if you pass through life without an opponent, then no one will ever know what you're made of, especially you. Others will rely on your newfound resilience. I hope you are willing to display it. Aristotle once said that excellence is not a single act, but a habit or a series of continuous acts. These past few weeks and months have given you the foundation of many great habits. Share them. Never forget that you represent the very best we have to offer this world in need. I believe that you will go forward into these uncertain times and make us very proud. As General Mattis said following the tragic murder of George Floyd, in union there is strength. We must summon that unity to surmount this crisis. Class of 2020, we're all counting on you.
Hello everyone, my name is Hannah Schooler and I am so honored to be your class salutatorian. Before I attempt to inspire you, I would like to quickly take this opportunity to deliver some thank yous to all of the friends, family, teachers, mentors, administrators, and others who have made it possible for all of us to be here right now. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And most importantly, I would like to thank my fellow graduates for being amazing classmates and people these past 4 years and beyond. One of the basic dogmas that we all learned in our freshman biology courses is that to qualify as being alive, an organism must be able to grow and to develop. Recently, I found a very special letter on my computer that reminded me of that fact, from 8th grade Hannah to senior year Hannah. I couldn't wait to graduate and see what was inside of it, so I didn't. I opened it right then and there. It was like reading something from a completely different person. Since writing that letter, I like to believe that I have learned many different skills, both academic and personal. 8th grade Hannah probably wouldn't have been able to believe that she would ever be able to master factoring or be dexterous enough to wear high heels for a short amount of time. And she never would have even considered giving a speech to this many people. I like to believe that my growth has been positive. I know that I'm not the only person who has changed because I've been so blessed to get the chance to grow alongside all of you. Each one of you has had your own hardships and joys, and none of us is the same person that we were years ago. Like my own mother says, we have all grown from caterpillars into butterflies. We have been shaped by external changes like transitioning from bowl cuts to fades or from lip smackers to contour, and by the more important personal changes that are unique to all of us. If you'll allow me to impart any wisdom, I hope that you'll remember to be proud of your growth. Let it remind you that you have unlimited potential to be exactly the person that you want to be. None of our middle school selves could have planned for all of the twists and turns that we've encountered along the way, but we still survived all of them. No matter where you are in your life right now, that is still something to be incredibly proud of. You are all so unique, so loved, and you have the whole world in front of you. I can't wait to see what you do with it. Thank you so much for listening, and I wish you all the best. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, and congratulations to the Marlboro High School class of 2020.
So, over the course of this quarantine, I've spent a lot of time being aimless and generally living the chaotic life of an individual confined to my home for extensive periods of time. Chaos has been the name of the game as I've hopped from hobby to hobby, trying to find something to keep my interest and keep me from spiraling. And then, one day, after much urging from many people in my life, I turned on Avatar: The Last Airbender on Netflix. Suddenly, I began to notice a few key similarities between this 15-year-old cartoon and life as we know it today. I became so invested in this idea that I decided that my final act as a high school student would be to tell all of you why we, the class of 2020, are the Avatar in this world in which the Fire Nation has attacked. To begin, a quote from the source. Long ago, the four nations lived together in harmony. Then, everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. This symbolizes life before the chaos of 2020, the Fire Nation, completely ended our collective career. Before this, there have been many things in our lives that may have been chaotic and difficult, but that chaos has always been balanced by other aspects of life that made it easier to handle on the whole. 2020 has shifted that balance to an insane degree, just like the Fire Nation shifted the balance in the world of the Avatar. Now, all right, you say, 2020 is the Fire Nation. But how does that make us the Avatar? My next 2 points, fellow graduates, focus on exactly this. Although his airbending skills are great, he has a lot to learn before he's ready to save anyone. Here, in another part of the intro, we focus on the skills we've already learned and the lessons we have in front of us. We're not done learning the minute we take our diplomas, not even close. Wherever you're headed, you will always be a student of the world and everything it has to teach us. Look out for these lessons and keep actively choosing to heed them. When you see injustice, act. When you have a chance to help out a friend, take it. When there's an opportunity to broaden your knowledge by looking at things from a new perspective, do it. The last quote from Avatar that I want to focus on is also the last part of the show's introduction. But I believe Aang, the Avatar, can save the world. We have the power to make the change we want to see in this world. The Avatar is a force for good, meant to restore balance to the world and keep people safe. I know from all the time I've spent with you over the course of our lives that this class is something special. We've dealt with hardship and overcome it, and more than that, we've kept our strength no matter what. That strength will be our rock as we move out of adolescence and into adulthood, and it will allow us to push forward into a future that is brighter for all of us. I believe in us, and I believe in you. Congratulations, class of 2020. I'm proud of you for achieving this incredible milestone. Thank you to all who have helped us through this journey, and for listening to me ramble about Avatar these past few minutes. Don't let the Fire Nation keep you down, stay safe, and stay healthy. Sincerely, your valedictorian, Sarah Hayward.
Hello, my name is Emma Hennessy, and I'm here to present our class gift. When deciding on our class gift, we wanted to incorporate the elementary school. As seniors, this year did not go as we envisioned, but the planting of a new tree is a perfect example of how we can all create new beginnings, like the start of elementary school, college, or beginning to work in the workforce. I cannot wait to revisit the school and see the growth of this new tree throughout time to think back on this unique experience and relive this whole learning experience. Congrats, class of 2020, and thank you.
Hey, class of 2020, family, friends, and city members, my name is Jen Maciel, and I'm 2020's class president. First, I want to begin by congratulating everyone for graduating this year. We did it. Second, I'd like to congratulate all the teachers for putting up with us these past 4 years. Kidding, of course. Now, in all seriousness, class of 2020, it has been a memorable one. Not to be cliche, but it really has been a roller coaster ride for us. We've had high ups and low downs, but if it has shown me one thing, it is how resilient and persistent our class really is. If you guys haven't noticed yet, we are a year of change. We were the first fourth graders to stay at the elementary schools. We had Triple E in the fall and COVID-19 starting in the winter through the spring, and now we have protests going on all over us. While I was thinking about what I wanted to write for this speech, 3 things kept coming to mind: our class quote, our class song, and our mark on this world. Starting our senior year of high school, we knew it was going to be bittersweet. We knew that this year we had to say many goodbyes. Goodbye to teachers, gym games, spirit weeks. The one thing we didn't know is how soon those goodbyes would happen. We had our last day, a half day on a Thursday, and we didn't even know it. Our class quote is, "There's no greater education than the one that is self-driven," by Neil deGrasse Tyson. Back in September, when we first chose this quote, we believed that it had a message. Skipping forward to March, we realized that now we had to live that message. When the COVID-19 pandemic broke out and school went to online learning, we went from the booster seats to the driver's seats of our education. Now we were in control of the steering wheel, and yes, we had teachers helping us online along the way. However, we know it's not the same as being in a real classroom. Remote learning dug into our class quote because in order to get those final credits needed to graduate, we really had to focus on our education. And if you walk the stage this year, there exists a drive in you that motivated you to do those online assignments. To watch educational videos, and if it applies, to even take your AP exams online. It doesn't matter if you did all your assignments late, like I know some of y'all did, or if you did them all the time. What matters is you got them done with your own will and determination. Our class song is I Lived by OneRepublic. If you do not know it, I would encourage you to look it up. See, I would sing it for you guys, but I quit chorus in 10th grade for a reason. Maybe ask Miss Mattingly to sing it for you guys later. The chorus of the song is, I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places the things that I did. Yeah, with every broken bone, I swear I lived. The verses leading up to the chorus include putting yourself out there and scary moments, and then overcoming those moments and learning through that pain. Well, class of 2020, we can certainly say that we're living through history. Although times are uncertain right now, we will overcome this, and one day we can sit with our grandchildren and say, I remember 2020. My fall sports schedule changed completely because of Triple E. Or, I remember having to wear masks everywhere outside and going to the grocery store 3 weeks in a row just to find one roll of toilet paper, while everything around me was being shut down, including churches, retails, theaters, and more. Or even, I remember protesting for my Black brothers and sisters to gain their justice. Regardless of what is happening now, one day we can look back and truly say, I lived. Class of 2020, I've said it before and I say it again, we are the change. When I ran for your class president, every year in my speech, I said that I wanted to be your voice throughout high school, but not only that, I wanted to help you find your voice along the way, because leaders build up other leaders. Now, as we are all ready for our next steps in our lives, I am confident in saying that each and every one of you are leaders. And no matter if you're going to college, the work field, or serving our country, you guys will make a change. Our generation will be the generation that leaves a mark in this world. A mark that enables justice, equality, climate regulation, technology advancements, and so much more. Class of 2020, we will prosper. We are the future. Congratulations, everyone.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the commencement exercises for Marlboro High School's class of 2020. At this time, it's my honor to invite Mayor Arthur Vision to the podium.
Thank you very much, Dan. Welcome all to this beautiful day and this beautiful summer ceremony at this fantastic field that we have in the city. To our graduates today, congratulations. It's been a long road and we're looking forward to the next chapter in your life. So congratulations. Don't want to take up anyone's time. With that, Mr. Riley, let's give these diplomas out.
Superintendent Bergeron, Mayor Vision, and members of our school committee, I present to you the following members of the class of 2020. Dylan Andrew Colleton. Dylan will be pursuing career opportunities in the fall. Nice job, Dylan. Lucas James Ando. Lucas will be attending Quinsigamond Community College in the fall. John Christopher Carney. John is a member of our National Honor Society and will be attending the University of Massachusetts Amherst in the fall. Brenda Fernandez Carvalho. Brenda is a member of our Early College High School. She is a recipient of the Massachusetts Seal of Biliteracy, and she will be attending Salem State University in the fall. Caitlin Elise Geary. Caitlin is a member of our National Honor Society, our National Art Honor Society, our National Business Honor Society. She will be attending LaSalle University in the fall. Elizabeth Marie Frazier. Elizabeth will be attending Southern New Hampshire University in the fall. Jessica Effie Jerome. Jessica is a member of our National Honor Society. She is also a member of our Early College High School, and she'll be attending Merrimack College in the fall. Sarah Nicole Hayward. Sarah is a member of our National Honor Society, our National Art Honor Society. She is an AP Scholar with honor. She'll be attending Bowdoin College in the fall. Oh, yeah. Sarah is also a valedictorian for the class of 2020. Lorenzo Leland LaBoy. Lorenzo will be attending Mass Bay Community College in the fall. Hillary Brooke Lincoln. Hillary is a member of our National Honor Society, our National Art Honor Society, and she'll be attending Framingham State University in the fall. Amy Louise McGlashing. Amy is a member of our National Honor Society, our National Art Honor Society, and she'll be attending Becker College in the fall. Francisco Antonio Maravilla Lopez. Francisco will be pursuing career opportunities in the fall. Stephanie DaCosta Silva. Stephanie is a member of our National Honor Society, a member of our early college high school, and she'll be attending Gordon College in the fall. Stephanie Oliveira Silva. Stephanie is a member of our National Honor Society, our early college high school, and she'll be attending Regis College in the fall. Favor Angela Nachazi. Favor is a member of our National Honor Society, and she'll be attending the University of Massachusetts Amherst in the fall. Sarah Elizabeth Orentlick. Sarah is a member of our National Honor Society, and she'll be attending Liberty University in the fall. Hannah Patricia Schooler. Hannah is the Salutatorian for the class of 2020. She's a member of our National Honor Society. She is an AP Scholar with distinction. She is a recipient of the Massachusetts Seal of Biliteracy, and she'll be attending Charlton College in the fall. Madeline Marie Elizabeth Cedar. Madeline is a member of our National Honor Society, and she'll be attending Wentworth Institute of Technology in the fall. Brandon Felipe Shepard. Brandon will be attending Mass Bay Community College in the fall. Din Ton. Din is a member of our National Honor Society. She's a member of our early college high school, and she'll be attending the University of Massachusetts Amherst in the fall. Daniela Velasco Ardilla. Daniela is a member of our early college high school, and she'll be attending Mass Bay Community College in the fall. Let's hear it one more time for the class of 2020. I want to thank you all for joining us on this hot afternoon. I hope that you enjoyed the ceremony. Thank you. At this time, we're going to start our exiting procedures. So our volunteers will be bringing you out one family at a time. There's one last photo opportunity as a family in front of our Panther statue by the exit gate. So hang tight for a few minutes, and thank you all so much again for being here with us today.
To thee, O alma mater, we pledge our loyalty. We join